Production was an integral part in medieval society and was inseparable from the day-to-day lives of those that lived in that period. It was a time of self-sufficiency, where everyone had a rudimentary understanding of every craft. However, there were those that truly excelled in a specific craft and made it their profession. The fame of these masters would spread far beyond the borders of their nation, and those from foreign lands would come to them looking for their products. Crafting is one of the key aspects in Gloria Victis' gameplay, which are based upon the authentic medieval techniques. Players can create weapons and armors designed after the museum exhibits or replicas of the Middle Ages, using the ingredients and materials known in those times. There are 8 different crafts to learn which are connected to each other: forestry and farming, herbalism and alchemy, tailoring and leatherworking, engineering, mining and metallurgy, armorsmithing, weapon forging, and artificing. However, in the future, a player will be able to master only a few of them, so cooperation with the other crafters will be required to create many of the items. It will also be important to gather and trade resources within different regions, since each region of the world will offer different resources to be gathered. That means the resources will need to be transported by players from one place to another, so trade will be highly important. Let's take a look at a new player's first steps into the crafting system. Since the economy is player-driven, the best items will be found from player crafters, not from a random wolf or boar, which means it's ideal to befriend crafters or become one yourself. In your starting zone, you will find different types of NPC vendors who specialize in different professions. These NPCs sell basic, starting recipes and items from their shop to help you get started into your journey. Using these beginning recipes, you will gain the necessary experience to eventually craft the high-end items, such as plate armor and powerful longbows or war swords. Now let's take a look at crafting a simple clan shield. This shield needs a few materials: steel, leather, and wood planks. With each of these materials, you will need another craft specialist to help aid you in getting all of the necessary items. For example, to craft basic leather straps for one part of the shield, you will need a tailor and leather worker who can tan leather, which requires shaved hide and tannin. Shaved hide requires some sort of fleshed hide, water, and slaked lime. And for the slaked lime, you will need coal and calcareous rock, which requires some mining. For the metal, it needs to be heated in fire of sufficient temperature, which can only be provided by coal. So, for high-level steel, you will need to be either a good armorsmith or find one to craft for you. But there is another role for crafters. They will be able to not only craft weapons and armors, but also to set camps and resource extraction spots, such as farms and mines. They will be responsible for building the whole villages, towns, forts, and castles as well. With the building system, guilds will have the means to properly defend their lands in case of an enemy raid or invasion, keeping the roads safe for caravans transporting the crafting materials. It is important to note that every player will be able to help their nation build or upgrade structures by gathering the required materials. It is also worth mentioning that engineers will be able to construct siege machines, which will greatly change the battlefield during sieges with rams, ballistas, catapults, and trebuchets. Ships will be craftable as well, so there will be alternative trade routes, naval combat, and piracy. Gloria Victis brings a very in-depth crafting system, which results in having in-game community cooperation, co-creation, trade, and communication, because there is nothing more important in an MMORPG than the players themselves and the impact they are able to create. As always, thanks for watching, and see you in battle.
week we decided to do something a little bit different. I sat down with some of the team in a slightly echoey room to talk about our next map, Vault. The last time you heard about it, it was still going by its codename Heist. It's come a long way since then. Enjoy. So AK, what are the objectives in Vault?
Well, there's 3 objectives in Vault. The first objective is a C4 plant. So you break into the area in front of the bank, and there's an anti-aircraft control centre which is hooked up to loads of turrets on all the buildings, and you have to take that out. This will allow a helicopter to fly in, which will be your evacuation vehicle. Then you push forward into the bank, you break into the vault area, and you have to take out the vault doors using C4 again, so another plant. And then once you've done that, you will spawn inside the vault, and you've got the 2 carrier balls that you're going to take to the evacuation site, where the helicopter will then pick them up. So in the first area we have a control room with an MG nest, which is quite important. So if you can take this control room, you can pretty much command a lot of the first objective. The CDA have a better chance of getting there first. You have secondaries for Jackal to get into the building from their end, which is cool. And then you can get across, and then if you can take control of that area, you can plant and cover the plant from there. So second objective. So we've done something a bit different to other maps. We've got a doorway that closes when you fix a generator from the attacker's point of view, which blocks a route. So there's 3 routes in for defenders to defend from. Blocking off one route kind of focuses the combat to 2 routes, which gives the Jackal attackers a better chance of controlling the map. But there are ways around it. I mean, we've got the doors actually got a hole in, so a nader can quite easily take out the generator from the hole. So it's little colour points, but yeah, it's different to what we've done before. It's quite exciting to see how it plays out.
So Judge D, as Vault is all about Jackal coming into the heart of London and breaking into the Bank of England and stealing some CDA goodies, how does that impact the visual style of the map?
As the art team, we try and tell the story of the map through the environment. So the map begins with Jackal coming out of the underground tube and kind of sneaking down the London streets to the bank area, which is like the CDA fortress. There's kind of bits of story lying around the map of how the CDA have shipped out stuff that's in the bank.
The actual bank as well, it lends itself perfectly to contextualise the gameplay, the narrative. We made the bank look very grand and very important. We have like loads of, apart from the classical architecture on the outside, on the inside we have these gold trims along the roofs, and it just makes the bank look very important, and it makes it look like this is definitely a CDA stronghold. Strangely, we didn't have a lot of problems. It kind of went fairly smoothly, really. Which is kind of,
you sound very surprised about that.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing to say in game development, because nothing runs smoothly in game development, right?
Yeah, I think we're on a bit of a roll, aren't we? We're starting to realise as a team what works and what doesn't. Even when just coming up with the pitch and picking map ideas, you can kind of set yourself up for success early on, I think.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure that everyone can't wait to play Vault and jump in and check it out. So more information on when the map will be going live will be coming to you in the very near future. So thank you very much, guys. This week we're spotlighting someone who's been on here before, but they made a new animation which is just awesome. The Spanish Inquisition has made a short showing Proxy and Amy having a small disagreement over cleaning up mines. Check it out. Last week, the most reported issues were pay to win, merc costs, and ranked match balance. For pay to win and merc costs, you can earn a lot of credits by focusing on missions and your daily play bonuses. If you do, you'll have plenty in no time. Also remember, all cards above bronze are equal in power and only offer aesthetic differences. All are available for credits in the store. And for ranked match balance, we know this is a concern shared by many, including us. Earlier this week, we made an update to the matchmaking algorithm to improve this. Balance did improve, but sadly queue times increased much more than we anticipated. While we kept the tweaks related to party size, we increased the maximum skill variance back to its previous value earlier today, as some players were finding it almost impossible to get a match. Is there anything you want to know about the new map Vault? Ask us in the comments and we'll answer a selection of them live right here with Facking Fridays tomorrow. Now make sure you like our page. We've got more and more videos to come and you won't want to miss out on any of them. Vault will be released in July. Play dirty, guys.
Time to hit hard and make him regret it.
ファンの皆様にこれを見ていただいてありがとうございます。で、バンキッシュをまだ触ったことないっていう人も当然いると思いますが、時代を超えて今体験しても面白く感じるものっていうのはかなりあると思います。バンキッシュものすごくスピード感のある TPS として皆さん認知していると思いますけれども、その大切にしているスピード感っていうのは企画の最初からあったピラーですね。僕らが大事にしたこれを新しさとして、これを面白さとしてちゃんと育てていこうっていうふうに最初からあったものですね。
サムのブーストのお話をさせていただきます。あれはもともと企画段階からこのゲームは一般的なシューターと比べてとにかくスピーディーな展開をディレクターの方が目指していまして、例えば普段の一般的なシューターですとすぐにカバーに隠れたりとか、相手が自分を発見してない状態をいかにキープして、見つからないまま敵を倒すっていうのが一般的だったと思うんですけれども、三上ディレクターはそういったシューターが正直あんまり好きじゃなくて、とにかく相手に見つかろうが何だろうが敵の弾をかいくぐりながら敵にどんどん迫っていくっていうシューターが作りたかった。その中で、生まれたコアの、機能としてスライディングっていうアクションがあったんですけれども、初めは普通にスライディングしてただけなんですけれども、そこにエフェクト、高 VFX 担当の人がこれはファンタジーSF なので、そこにブースト要はバーニアですねを出すとかっこいいんじゃないかっていう形で、サムの体の各所にそういったバーニアが、装備されて今みたいなビジュアルになっていったという、はい、お話です。サムは格闘攻撃が所有する銃器などによってどんどん変わっていくんですけれども、それはただの殴るとかじゃなくてサマーソルトキックであったりとか連続で殴るとかいろいろなバリエーションがあるんですけれども、なぜ各武器でそういった武器が設定されたかという話なんですけれども、そもそもこのゲームは企画段階ですとシューティングと格闘要素っていうのが今よりも格闘要素が多く入っているゲームだったんですね。それを受けてアニメーターの方でも多くの格闘攻撃を作り始めていたっていう背景もありまして、銃器に関してそれぞれの銃が別の格闘攻撃が出た方がゲーム性も深まるし良いだろうという形で、それぞれの、武器で別の格闘攻撃が出るという形になっています。僕が気に入っている格闘攻撃は、全般的に、面白いなと思うんですけれども、特に気に入っているのは、サマーソルトキックですね。サマーソルトキックをした後にAR モードに入れるっていうようなギミックが入っているので、すごくゲーム的にも意味のある感じになっていますね。あと格闘攻撃なんですけれども、やっぱり使った後に、オーバーヒートしてしまうので、僕はやっぱり戦況の流れの中でここがフィニッシュだっていうところをうまく見つけて、最後は一発どつくっていうのがすごく楽しいと思います。エネミーの中でアンノウンというキャラクターがいるんですけれども、これはガラクタを体にガラクタがどんどん集まってきて、敵になるといったキャラクターなんですけれども、これは主にハボック物理シミュレーションのエンジンの力を大きく使った敵キャラクターとして制作しました。 コンセプトとしてはディレクターの方からとにかくこうガラクタがガーって集まってきてその塊になりそれがプレイヤーを襲いかかってくるということだったので初めはもっとふわふわした感じにデザインしてたんですけどどうもしっくりこないのでいろんなデザインを試した結果今みたいな8本具体的には実は、何本かの足があるのが上下にくっついてるっていうデザインなんですねあれは。で走ってくる時はこれがこうなったりとかこれがこうなったりみたいな感じで、デザインをしてすごく凶暴な、怖い感じのデザインにできたかなと僕は思っています。あとは物理シミュレーションを多用しているので例えば銃が当たったところのパーツがどんどん剥げていき中身のコアが見えてくるみたいなところも、面白いなと思いましたしある一定数そのパーツが取れてしまうと中身のコアが足が生えて逃げ出すっていうところもそのメリハリが効いててゲームデザイン的にも、しっかりしたものになったかなと思います。
ゲームのコンセプトで三上さんがおっしゃってたのは、スペースノルマンディーという言葉をよくおっしゃっててそのノルマンディーの上陸作戦の戦場の空気とか、銃弾が飛び交うような戦場を表現するのに、苦労しました。敵を作るにあたってアルゴリズムで面白いパターンはプレイヤーを見失うともっとプレイヤーがいたところへ探しに来るっていう行動があっていつまでたっても追いかけてくるっていうような行動があまり見れないかもしれないですが面白いところだと思います。ファンの方があまり知らないと思うことでちょっと1個見つけたのはアルゴスというボスがいるんですけどもそれのチャレンジクエストの時に二足形態になったらこの左肩にモデラーの方が作ったこいつだけにあるマークがあります。
クレヨンという巨大戦艦の中で踊っているロボットなんですけれどもこれはもうズバリディレクターの方からロボットを踊らせてほしいという発注があってそれを受けた担当のアニメーターがジョン・トラボルタの「サタデーナイト・フィーバー」などを参考にしてアニメーションをつけました。僕の考えなんですけれどもディレクターはおそらく一番盛り上がっているところで緩急の緩をつけてそこからまた一気に盛り上がるというコントラストがつけたかったのかなとは思っています。
バンキッシュの人気が今もあるっていうのは逆に僕が理由を聞きたいところであるんですけれどもでもその発売した時にかなりいろんな海外でシューティングゲームを作られてる方々から「ワオバンキッシュってすげえぜ」っていう声もいっぱいもらいましたしとにかくシューティングゲームを一つレベルアップさせたというアクションシューティングとして新しい面白さを出せたっていうところが今の人気につながってるのかなという気がしますね。
Oh, he has a face like an angry satchel.
The name's Doug. I'm a bounty hunter. Ain't nothing good about me.
Ooh, bounty hunting. That sounds nice.
I travel the world, hunting down things. There's something lurking on those moors, and I'm gonna be the one to catch it.